civilizations have studied the body's energy systems for many, 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 many years. It's gotten lost and forgotten, but it's having a major comeback. And so the body's energy systems include things like the chakras and the meridians and the aura, and these things can be measured, using scientific equipment. This is nothing new. And I always like to go into a little bit of physics. We don't have time for that, but let me just say that why this is so powerful is that energy always precedes matter. Okay, quantum physics tells us that. So anything, we all have these systems that make up our body. And so any ailment or disruption or resistance or blockage is going to show up in your energy systems before it manifests physically. It's law, it's physics. And so when you're taking care of your body's energy systems, it's very empowering because you can really get well by managing those things and just understanding a little bit. I've been studying energy medicine for the last 3 years, and I feel, I can tell when things are out of balance. I can tell when I need to take time or do this. I know how to take care of myself usually before it turns into something physically. I'm really grateful for that. And this isn't stuff that takes a lifetime to learn. I'm happy to share some resources, but energy work is really powerful. So a few years ago, when I was after a few years of really coaching people and working with cancer patients in particular, I was introduced to Reiki at this Wellness and Integrative Oncology program at Hillman that I worked for 4 years. And I was very curious, Reiki, what is this? Long story short, I became attuned about 18 months ago, and Reiki is one of many different energy modalities. So if you've gone to acupuncture, that's energy work. If you've done EMDR, or heard of EMDR, or tapping, or cellular expansion, those things are all energy work. I got attuned for Reiki a year and a half ago, really just to do it on myself and my family, and it was profound. And 2 days after that, I was like, I can't not do this for people. I can't not bring this into my practice. And for me, as a coach, as a professional, I was really helping my clients get to a certain point, but then there was this other part that was really mysterious that it was eluding me. I could get people in their conscious place really far, but then there was all these subconscious programs that we weren't really tapping into. And that's really important because regardless of the work that you're doing in your waking hours, your subconscious mind actually controls 80% of your behavior, which is nuts when you think about that. And your subconscious behavior comes from the download of the first 8 years of your life when you're just downloading from your parents. You have no conscious, your prefrontal cortex isn't even fully developed, so you have no choice or rational thought about, does that make sense? Yes, I accept that as my own. No, you're downloading information, you're accepting what's around you as your own. And so those things become these constructs and these patterns that literally drive everything about you. So regardless of what you want to eat well, you want to exercise, you want to stop talking to yourself like you're an idiot all the time, well, unless you work on this other portion, this subconscious portion, you're going to really have a hard time doing that. And so energy work is really the part that helps with those things, because energy work can really tap into the unseen. It's quantum physics. It's amazing. So the second suggestion I have for you is to really take some time and understand your body's energy systems and how they work and how you can begin to work with them. And if you haven't explored energy work, then explore some modalities and just see what works and try it out. Reiki is the primary energy system that I use, the energy healing that I use. And just last October, I became a Reiki master. I am a master. I'm a lifelong student. There is really no such thing. So I joke. Thank you for indulging me. But I can now pass attunements on to other people. And I really feel that, and this is just my plug for Reiki, because there's a lot of amazing modalities out there. But the wonderful thing about Reiki is that all you need to use it is an attunement. And that's it. And you don't have to study for years and years. It is sort of like a divine grace, really. I mean, I know I'm kind of taking liberty in saying that, but that's really what I believe. And so when you get an attunement, you have the ability to do Reiki on yourself and on other people. And it is one of the personally most empowering things I've ever done. And so now, I mean, I love Reiki, but I'm actually much more interested in passing attunements on to as many people as I possibly can. And so I have a Reiki workshop coming up. I don't know where that... I have a flyer for that sometime, but at the end of February here, I'm doing a Reiki 1 and a Reiki 2 workshop. So if you're interested, let's talk about that, because it is entirely empowering. The third thing that I want to talk about in terms of ways that you can reclaim your power is your mindset. So if you are also, well, if you're my client, you've already heard a lot of this stuff, let's be honest. But your mindset is so powerful. You know, your mind is like the greatest computer ever created. It is so amazing, and you know, you've all heard that we use so little of our brain because we are so much untapped potential. We have no idea how powerful we are, really. But your mindset is everything. And so you literally are creating your reality each and every day and every moment by what's going on in between your ears. So stop and think for a minute, how did I talk to myself today? What's going on up there? What does it sound like? Is it a pleasant place to be? Right? For most of us, it's not. Most of us don't talk nicely and lovingly to ourselves each and every day. It just doesn't, that's not what we've learned. We don't live in a society that teaches us how to do that. But unless you understand what's going on up there, right? Again, you might want to do something